The Nexus 6P is powered by a Qualcomm Snapdragon 810 SoC. That's that processor that got such a bad rap for its thermal throttling problems earlier this year, but you'd never know it. Android 6.0 runs almost flawlessly on the Nexus 6P, with slick animations and buttery responsiveness. It's too early to tell how well Marshmallow will age, of course, but this hardware packs enough CPU power and high-speed RAM to give it at least some room to grow. The 6P also offers plenty of power in the literal sense. Under its aluminum casing sits a very large battery, which makes the phone good for a solid day of moderate to even heavy use. On a particularly taxing day, we put the phone through 1.5 hours of social media and email usage before pressing it into service as a mobile hotspot for 6 straight hours. By hour 8, the phone was still at 30%. That's a pretty solid reservoir. And if your phone spends much of its time in standby mode, you'll really see the benefits of Android Marshmallow's new Doze and App Standby enhancements. This phone barely sips power in standby. It's quick to recharge, too. The Nexus 6P comes with the new USB Type-C charging port and cable, whose any way you want it, that's the way you plug it connector makes up for the inconvenience of buying all new cables and chargers. Starting from a dead pack, the Nexus P hit the 25% mark in 15 minutes, and it charged to full in about an hour and a half. The Nexus 6P offers band support for all the major US carriers, and we tested it on 2 of them at the same time with Google's Project Fi. Fi switches between Sprint and T-Mobile US based on which network has the best reception at a given time, and service was solid over 6 days in our densely populated test area of Greater Boston. Calls were clear on the earpiece, though it's a shame smartphones still can't leverage 2 speakers for speakerphone calls. When the Nexus 6P is allowed to use both of its speakers, like during media playback and gaming, the sound is very loud and very